What's up? It's ya boy, Rhino. With me as always, my brother, my boy, Danny Panhead.
What's up, my boy? How y'all
I
doing?
loved that everybody at the show was like, my boy.
It's making its rounds for sure.
I think
People are
that one
digging
might
it.
stick, dude.
I hope so. I like that one.
And we figured out how to spell it. We settled on the correct spelling of boy. Okay,
Yeah.
it's B-W-O-A-H.
Yeah.
That's a
Which is
B-W-O-A-H. That's how you say my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I'm excited about that. I was actually texting with Doom, and he spelt it correctly. And he's like, I don't know how to. He was like, I'm struggling on the spelling of that. And I was like, actually, me and Dan just talked today, and that's the spelling.
Yep. Nailed
it's
it.
canon. It's been settled.
We got to get shirts or something.
Yeah, dude. I'm actually been working on a few shirt designs. Been drawing up some cool ones because I think people get. I mean, yeah, we have the Lowlife with the Earthworm Jim, a logo and all that shit. But
Yep.
I wanted to do just some cool shirts, with some
For sure.
skulls and some saying and some weird shit. So I'm actually working on that. We're going to be opening up a new merch store on our new website that I built this week over the course of the last week,
Mm-hmm.
the lowlifepodcast.com. Store's not active. Don't bother going there yet. Still kind of under construction, but we will be using that for Idle Hands and the podcast going forward because I said, you know what? I'm going to stop being a little bitch and I'm going to Google how to do some of this stuff I didn't know how to do. So anyways, I put together it's very rudimentary at the moment, but it'll be a place where I can dump. I definitely want to get our old catalog on there for the inevitable when we get canceled again. Inevitably, we will be canceled again. We're too cool for school. All these platforms, they want to censor you, okay? They do it for no reason. We get our pee-pee slapped at least once a month on Instagram, and they just like shadow ban us. Or they straight up tell us you can't, like, dude, during that entire period of Idle Hands, after Idle Hands, I couldn't post other people's stories. Like, from what the fuck was that about?
I don't know, but it did the same thing on my No Luck account. Did the exact same shit. It was like every time I tried to, it would say this person doesn't allow sharing stories or something, and it's like, well, but they tagged me in it,
and it's
There's
curious.
Never been a problem before.
It was the same time I sent you the email they sent us or whatever that said,
yeah,
you're trying to scam people, and I'm like, yeah, why are you trying to fucking throw a wrench in my operation, bro?
It's capitalism, baby.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but they're all lame. So I want to have a place where we can have our back catalog and so they can never shut us down. I'll go pirate radio, dude. You guys are going to have to tune into it, some random AM station to catch us on Friday morning.
Ham radio, yeah.
I want to look into doing a radio. Some people like it, some people can't get us, like there's like very remote islands out there that maybe they can string together some coconuts and catch a signal, for casting.
Yeah, sure. Get out to Papua New Guinea or whatever.
Podcast. Podcast.
I know.
Better if it was just like radio,
Yeah. I have a private talk show. I don't know. A talk show sounds better than fucking podcast.
Podcast sounds like you're a child and you're doing
and it sounds very like influencery and I don't like it. And when I say I'm a podcaster, it makes me sick. But
I don't like I hate that it's even in our name. We should change it.
Again, yeah.
Just Lowlife or something. I don't know. No more rebrands. We got too much stuff going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah, so what's everybody's been telling me the same thing when I talk to them. They're in a deep depression. So I want to start this off with a buddy check. Look, everybody that went to the Idle Hand show is struggling right now. They had so much fun at the greatest chopper event in the history, chopper events. They're reeling from the experience. And they're in a really dark place right now because they used up all their dopamine. They drank all the Idle Hands beer from Woodstacker Brewery. You can't get that. It's like in your soul, there's like a little hole. There's like something missing. and it's idle hands. And I'm here to tell you that you should check on your people. You know, it's another year till Idle Hands 2. We're kicking it off next week, but that's next week. You have 7 days. Call up your boys, chill with your homies, make sure they're doing okay. That's your buddy check, guys. They might also have some other stuff going on in their life too.
Yeah. Also, make sure that your buddies and yourself are gathering all of your parts and whatever else for your submission to Idle Hands starting next week.
Get ready.
Get
There's some
ready.
people chomping at the bit, dude. People are like, yo, can I just submit this now? And I was like, Nizzo, you got to wait like everybody else. I'm not ready for you yet. But we will be ready for you. And we're not going to talk about Idle Hands all episode. Okay, guys? I know you're kind of sick of it. Kind of sick of hearing us talk about it for the last year. That's all we talked about. But we're going to be talking about it next week. So we're going to reserve this week. We're going to do some updates. You know, we're going to shoot the breeze, as they say, down south. Maybe they say it up north or in the Midwest. I don't know what you guys say.
I think that's pretty universal.
They probably say that in other countries. But yeah, dude. What do you got going on, dude?
Not really. I mean, I've been doing a lot of like dad and husband catch up type stuff. You know what I mean? Just I haven't really. I've got the kicker assembly just fucking completely disassembled on the panhead. I'm dealing with some push rod length issues, potentially dealing with the hydraulic clutch and whatever, but I haven't really touched it in a few days. I've just been enjoying, honestly, just hanging out with the family and, you know, mowing the grass and taking the trash out and all that other shit and just kind of hanging.
Dude,
so
honestly, like last week when I did the trash, I realized I didn't like take the trash out for 2 weeks. I haven't mowed the lawn for like 4 weeks.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
it looked like one of those like condemned buildings. Like I was like, dude, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah. Yeah. My garage is real bad. So slowly chipping away at that. And yeah, I just kind of life stuff, just working. And I'm not like, I've been in such like, I got to get to work and I got to get work done and I got to get the fuck back because I have to build a hot dog thing or I have to build a fucking, you know what I mean? Or I have to do this or call this person or it. And now I'm just enjoying. Truthfully, I don't have a whole lot of the blues. Honestly, it's like that was a very intense few weeks there at the end, like a real intense few weeks in all shapes and sizes. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like I said, it changed me mentally. I think it really mellowed me the fuck out. I know this shit's going to work because now we know, and now we're going to be better prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, honestly, I don't know. I'm good. I'm hanging out with my kids. I'm hanging out with my family. I'm not really doing anything else. I'm really looking forward to painting your bike or bikes coming up.
I'm really looking forward to you painting my bikes too.
I'm looking forward to that a lot. I mean, everybody's putting out this killer work. I'm seeing all these painters putting out amazing work right now and seeing all the bikes from Born Free and from Idle Hands and everything else. And my juices are going. So I'm really excited to put some tape on some shit. Yeah.
I'm almost done with the tank fab.
Good.
And I have to mount the fender, but I've been chipping away on the Seacoast build. That's actually, as soon as I got back from Idle Hands, I'm like, all right, I'm back in the garage. I'm building bikes now. I have 2 of them that I have to get ready. One by August 21st or whatever. That's the Seacoast bike night to build off with Joey. I always get Joey Bananas.
No, yep.
Yeah. Joey Bananas, which his bike is so sick. I'm actually going to be embarrassed that day. So if everybody could come out and give me some moral support, his bike looks sick as fuck and Brandon's looks sick as fuck. Yeah. So, I mean, they're both really talented. So I look like a fucking idiot, but at least it'll have a nice paint job. But dude, I actually started, I wanted to say this on the episode because I actually made some tank bungs on the lathe, dude. And it fucking worked. Yeah, I had to make them because I'm like, well, I could order a bunch and then wait, but I have like 0 time. I have 2 full-time jobs. I do this podcast and I do have a family and other things in my life I have to do, like mow the fucking lawn, walk the dogs, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
See my mother every once in a while, give her a little kiss on her cheek. So yeah, dude, I chucked in some fucking some steel. And I tapped it and fucking drilled it, tapped it, made a little top hat. Who you throwing that shit at?
Sorry, there's a bug on the wall.
I was like, that's how you treat your wife, dog? Get the fuck out of here. I'm recording.
Yeah, I keep my family right here, just off camera. They're all watching this every
They're
time
tied
we
up.
record. They're all, yeah.
They're not allowed to leave.
There's a big fucking bug on the wall. I need my salt gun.
But that thing's sick, dude. We use that
I know
heavily
where it
at the Deadbeat Retreat.
Oh yeah. Well, it flies too.
Is it a beetle?
I don't know. I think so. It's gone. Fuck it.
I saw some crazy ass bug on my motherfucking desk, dude. I think it's dead. I think it's still here. What the fuck is it?
Sorry, I derailed us.
Yeah, it's still here. Let me see. I'll pick it up. We'll have a little nature lesson here. I don't like touching this thing. Can you guys see this?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Huh. I don't know.
Several decades on this earth, and I've never seen that bug before, and it's here dead on my desk.
Yeah.
It was alive yesterday, and I was like, I'm just going to let him chill. It was kind of humid out, so I was like, I'll just let him chill in here, and now he's dead. But he's famous. He's the most famous whatever that bug is ever.
True. Now, yeah.
He's on the most popular podcast about lowlives and choppers that there is. So, yeah, dude, I got the... I'm just cranking away on that. I have 1 month now. Yeah, exactly like 1 month to get that done. So I'm focused on I got the seat mounted. I got the P pad on there. I just got to do mounting of the fender and mounting of the tanks. I got split tanks. And yeah, and then that's ready to go. And then I'm going to tear it out, and I'm just doing the frame black on this one. I think it's a good aesthetic choice anyways. There's a lot of frame showing, and I don't really want to highlight it. It's a twin cam frame.
Yeah.
So I thought black would be
I agree.
best. And then just have some poppy paint colors, and then yeah, I'm just gotta figure out how to wire it. I've never wired a twin cam before. I don't know if there's anything special I need to know about.
There's a Gremlin wiring kit, I'm pretty certain.
For a twin cam?
I'm pretty certain. I could be wrong, but I could swear I saw a twin cam kit.
If he doesn't have one publicly available, I bet he has one R&D'd. That's a good that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'll hit him up. Yeah, that would be super easy.
Just especially with your time crunch. Yeah.
For
sure.
I don't want to really have to fuck with the wiring on this too much, but yeah, that'll be sick. I got it's pretty dope actually. I'm actually kind of liking it. I put the sprung seat on it, and with the split tanks, it kind of looks like a Street Fighter bike or some shit. It's chunky as fuck, dude. Like the front end on that thing is like 58 millimeters or something, and it's chunky, dude.
Damn.
I like the way it looks. I'm gonna put it. I think I already figured out the tail lights. I'm gonna have those like we talked about in the back of the frame there, just like kind of tucked away, integrated into the frame, and then yeah, the thing's fucking. I don't have to do anything to the engine. The thing's has barely any miles on it, and it's cleaner than fuck. It's like powder coated. It's nice, so I don't have to do anything with that. It's just a little bit of fab work on the frame, and then I got to plug up a bunch of holes because I took a lot of stuff off that bike that's never coming back on, and they all clip in. There's like little plastic clips with holes in the frame. So I'm just once I get the fab work done on the fender and tanks, those will be off, and I'm just working on plugging up whatever bullshit, cutting off whatever bullshit, and probably welding in like a battery box because I ruined the battery box taking that out. So I couldn't figure out how to take it out. I was like, dude, it fits like perfectly in there. I don't even know how you take it out without ruining it. Like, did they make it inside of the cradle there? Like, it's such a tight fit.
They're always like that, dude. My M8, even the dyno was the same deal, but the M8, like you had to like take the seat and shit off to get to and then a bunch of plastic like outer pieces to get to the battery.
Dude,
and then
so much plastic in that.
Yeah, crazy. And that was yours is even older, so God knows.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff, dude.
I bet.
Yeah, I ended up selling it to a dude, like a whole pile, and I was like, "Just take whatever you want." And he couldn't even take all this stuff, and he wanted it. There's just
Yeah.
too much stuff on it. So yeah, it's just gonna be like a sick little ripper, dude. It's you know, I don't even think I'm gonna do a sissy bar on it. Just keeping it open. Got a little pee pad on the back, little sprung seat, keeping it simple, stupid. It's got. I'm kind of going for a bobber look. That's all I could think of. You
Yeah.
know,
That's a tough platform to work with, especially with everything else you've had going on. It's not like you could devote all of your time and energy to it
I
right
would have
now.
loved to get a hardtail frame for it, but I just
Yeah.
couldn't get that done. I'd still throw it in the hardtail if anybody has a twin cam. It's an '05 fucking FTCBFG LMNOP, or I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's a carbureted 2005 twin cam. So if you have a frame that's hardtailed, I will do a motor swap if you'll give it to me for basically no money.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I'm broke. So
For real.
yeah, I got that going on, and then yeah, after that's done, I don't have a ton to do on the shovel head. I mean, got
Good.
to paint the tins, but they're already primed. I did a ton of that over the winter. You know,
Well, that's right. They are in primer. That's good.
yeah, they're already primed. Already did all the Bondo on the frame, so that one's in pretty good shape.
Are you going to paint that one or are you going to have me paint that one?
We'll see.
Okay.
I'd like to definitely at least partner up on it. Like even
Okay.
if we do it, because it's going to be at Glory Days, so I want it to be nice. And I mean, that's why my partner and best friend's a painter. Paint my bikes.
Hey,
That's
hey,
why I
hey.
chose you. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. That's why you keep
But
me
yeah,
around.
if we have time, I'd love to do it with you. And if it comes down to we need to get this done, we might just have to. I mean, I can help, but we'll figure it
I
out.
mean, even if you want, if it comes down to the wire or whatever, I'll start taping. You start spraying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll
The
figure
spray,
out.
You
Like,
you
how
can
to
do
get-
the spraying part. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're using real shit. We ain't doing no rattle can shit. We can
No,
do
we gotta
rattle
do
can
some
for
real
like
shit.
we can do rattle like if you want to do like tropical glitz or whatever, and you want to get one of their fancy colors in a rattle can because you only want like a little accent here and there or whatever. But I ain't painting a whole ass bike with rattle cans. Nah.
Mm-mm. No, you
It's
have
just not my
principles.
thing. It's just not. I am not as good with a rattle can as I am with the real paint, and the real paint honestly is no more expensive when you really come down to it.
True.
So if I'd rather not struggle with it.
Just the
You know
clear
what I
coat
mean?
alone, dude. You're paying
Yeah.
$40 a whack for
Yeah.
that 2K clear. At least.
And
I don't even know. It's probably more this year than it was last year.
Yeah, I forget what Maddie was saying because he used the Spray Max when he painted his idle bike here, but it's expensive as shit. And I know countless people that I hit the button, but it's the clear coat's still soft like 2 weeks later, and it's like, well, that your
I've had
paint
one
job's
totally
ruined.
fuck
It's
up,
fucking,
dude. Totally
yeah.
fuck up. I got
Yeah.
the Eastwood shit, and I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, this can was fucked from the get go. Like it doesn't like it just started leaking out of the top like immediately as soon as I cracked it."
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Fuck you." So you know what, Eastwood? Fucking you. How about that?
I like Eastwood. I've never had a problem with Eastwood. I have their
Well, they fucked your
welder.
boy
I'm sorry, but
out of $40.
yeah, that's
Them's the
you know,
breaks. Shit doesn't always work
yeah.
out. I like Eastwood. I got a lot of their stuff, like their powder coating stuff, and they do a lot of great tutorials online
For sure. Yeah,
for
Kevin
painting and
Tetz
finishing and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, dude, they got fabrication videos with Gene Winfield. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
take
like
it back.
Eastwood. I like what they
You're
do.
unfucked, Eastwood.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
Spraymax is a little bit cheaper for the 2K.
Yeah, but again, you don't have any control over that. It's a fucking button. It's on or it's off. The fan, if you get a fucked up little valve, it's not going to come out right. It's not going to mix right.
True.
It's not going to add them. Like, it's just
And that's the last step too. When you're putting on that clear
right.
coat, you do not want to fuck up your paint job at that point.
No, I would rather see you, all of you out there, I would rather see you fumble through an entire paint job with acrylic urethane paints and using a fucking $17 Harbor Freight gun. I promise you it will come out better. than just
It'll
straight
it'll
up rattle can.
be it'll be cheaper in the long run too to make the
For
investment
sure.
because spray cans, there's not a lot of paint in there because they have to have a lot of air in there. And with the 2K, they have to have room for the catalyst. So,
Yep.
like, I've used a lot of that Spray Max, dude, and you're lucky if you get a couple of coats on a tank and a fender, you know?
Right.
So if you're doing a
Exactly.
frame in a fucking oil tank, you're gonna be using a lot of fucking clear coat.
And it's almost impossible to maintain a good wet edge with rattle can and all that. I mean, I'm talking a lot of shit about rattle can, like there aren't people out there that do crazy shit with rattle can. Obviously there are. It's just not it's not for me. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not for a beginner. Honestly, I think rattle can is harder. It's kind of like the dichotomy that we talk about of it's harder to build a cool swing arm chopper than it is to build a rigid chopper because you have to incorporate the geometry and the angles of the travel and the suspension and everything else. I think it's harder to do something with rattle can, to do a really good paint job with rattle can than it is to do it with a gun. It is what it is. And you run the risk of the chemicals and the adhesion and all the other crazy shit. It's more difficult. I
Yeah.
truly believe that. So,
You have more control. I mean, once here's the thing too, is like I've always done rattle can until, I invested in the gun, I invested
mhm,
in some paint. You have leftover paint. That's the greatest part. Like when you do rattle can, you spray that motherfucker until it's gone. And
mhm,
especially with 2K, it doesn't have very long pot life after you pop it. So you got to use it all.
right,
If you have clear coat, you use just as much as you need, and then you got more clear coat for your next project, you know?
right. Yep. Buy it in a gallon instead of buying it in a fucking
Yeah.
16-ounce can.
It just makes sense if you're going to be doing multiple bikes. Like Dan and I pretty much have a new bike every year, if not more. And it just made sense to invest in the equipment. By the way, the gun that you sent me wasn't very expensive. The paint's expensive only because I don't have any left over. But like primer, you can buy, in bulk. Clear coat,
Mhm.
you can buy in bulk. And then you get the other ones in smaller quantities, like your top coat and all that stuff, or even
Yeah, you get a
pearl.
quart.
Yeah. You get the
Right.
smaller quantities, but you can buy like a gallon of primer and you always use the same primer, always use the
Yeah.
same clear coat.
Yep. Just make sure your cans are airtight, you know what I mean? Any chemical that you buy that you leave uncovered is going to dry out. That includes your reducers and shit. It might still be in the thing, but a lot of the shit's going to air out of it. Always keep your cap or your lid on everything. But yes, and people often ask, I remember when I first started painting, I was really concerned about this with the temperature fluctuations in New England. I was really concerned, like, is my paint going to freeze? Is it going to stick or is it going to stay? Is it going to still be good after a full summer and then a winter cycle? Because I haven't used some of those colors in there in a couple of years. As
Right.
long as they're airtight, you're fucking good. They're not going to like freeze and thaw and then be all fucked up. You know what I mean? For the most part, they're going to settle like a motherfucker. So you have to shake them up. But no, as long as you have them airtight, they're good. It's fine. Your
True. That's
reducers,
something I
your
always in the
acetone, all that
Northeast is
shit.
the extreme hot and cold, you know?
Yeah. Yep. It affects how and when you spray it, but it doesn't affect how long you can keep it. I have a can of CRE Exalta brand corrosion resistant epoxy that I've had. It was given to me like the week that I started painting. It was 2021, 2020, and I just checked the other day. It's still liquid. It's all good. It's
Oh
fine.
no shit.
Yeah. That
2020?
was 2020, 2021. Yeah, it's 5, 6 years old. And if I really wanted to, I could throw that thing in a pneumatic mixer or whatever, get the not the accelerator, the fucking catalyst and the fucking reducer or whatever, and I could go shoot that primer right now. As long as it's airtight.
Dude, that seems like it's so crazy to me. When I think of 2020, I think it was like a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was
6
6
years,
fucking
dude.
years. Yeah, I know.
We were like little babies back then.
Crazy. But it feels like not long ago at all.
So much has changed.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely much less of a loser, I think. But
You're
still a loser.
fine. What was the rainy deadbeat that I met you at? Was that 2021 or 2020?
2020. Yeah,
2020.
that was still my favorite deadbeat. That had all the right variables. The rainy year, yeah. That was the Adderall year. That was drag racing in the fucking mud. That was me and Kevin almost killing each other because the fire. And yeah, that year was awesome. I was on the M8 actually that year. I bought that M8 like a couple of months or couple of weeks before Deadbeat. We rode all the way up there, and then we came down that first hill after you checked in, and they were like, stay left. But they didn't say stay left on like the hard pack. They just said stay left the whole time. So I came down, I was in front. I think Joel actually was in front of me on a Sportster. He went through and he barely wiggled his ass through there. And as soon as I realized we were in sand, I looked down and that M8 went poof, fucking chucked me. I dropped my brand new fucking M8.
Damn.
Yeah, that year was the shit. I had such a good time that year. But yeah, 2020.
There at the
yeah, Fiddlehead's the shit for sure. I wonder what's going on up there right now. I wonder if they've figured all that shit out. Because I heard it was like the guy hadn't paid his permits in some number of years, and they just straight up the state shut him down.
I heard someone reopened it, or they got it figured out again.
Really?
I don't know.
Pretty cool. I mean, the Blackthorn, as far as a thing with Deadbeat, you know what I mean? That's a great recipe. So I don't expect them to change that.
I was thinking about trying to get out there this year. Because I have, I'm pretty sure that bike night is on Friday.
Oh, is that right?
Seacoast, yeah. And I was thinking, do I just bomb down to Deadbeat?
Yeah.
Keep the streak going? I talked to Steve a little bit about it. He had actually reached out to us to do a pool party.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, I can't commit to it, dude. I would love to do another Ray's Gay pool party for our boy Raylan Zillow.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else thinks that's hilarious. I think it's the funniest joke I've ever said, but nobody else seems to laugh. But
it's
the Ray's Gay pool party, I would love to do that, Deadbeat. And I was so bummed because he asked us to do it. And I was like, dude, I'm already committed to this bike night. But I think Junior Burke's doing it on Saturday.
Oh, the pool party? Sick.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, maybe I can just bomb out there on Friday night or something, or Saturday morning. Check the weather. I don't know who else is going. Everybody should go to the Deadbeat retreat if you
should
have. If you're not already otherwise committed to other things. Yeah, we haven't talked about it much this year because we kind of relegated that we weren't going. But maybe I'll pull an audible.
I'm gonna say if the stars align, I'm certainly not opposed to going, but I haven't up to this point been able to plan on going.
Yeah, I haven't planned on it, but I'd love to go out there. It's such a good time, and the people that go are so awesome, and I love the Blackthorn.
It is really cool.
And I love Benny. Shout out Benny. El Dorado, dude.
Yeah, that's right. That's on the way out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Real quick, this just reminded me, sorry not to interrupt, but this just reminded me, this weekend when you hear this Saturday is Shady at Katie's. So check that out. If you don't know, go look it up, and you should go. Shady at Katie's down in Chippeset, Rhode Island. I don't know how you say it. Chepachet, something. Yeah, I don't know.
Chippewa?
No, it's Chippeset, something like that. I don't know. Shady at Katie's. We've reposted it. You've seen it by now, and it's happening tomorrow. So, yeah, Wesley Pipes show.
Chepachet.
That's what I said. Booty trap.
I bet that's not how you pronounce it at all. Rhode Islanders they speak funny.
Yeah, for sure.
So
check that out. Go down there. Those guys bring rad bikes every single year. So definitely check it out. I know a lot of spotted dudes usually make it down, and it's a cool location.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make that
this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, but I'm not 100% sure. I still got to figure out this damn panhead.
Yeah. I can't do it. I've been a fucking deadbeat dad all summer. I got to do something with my kids.
I know. We're trying to figure out camping. I want to bring the kids and the wife camping. Not like far away or anything crazy, but depending on the weather.
New Hampshire, dude, you can go anywhere in New Hampshire camping, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we're thinking Pawtuckaway. Connor just did a summer camp field trip, I guess, out to Pawtuckaway last week. And he came home. He's like, "Dad, it was so cool. The place is awesome." And I was like, "I know that's like my favorite place." So there's that vape buzz. That's fucking hilarious.
Shit.
No, it's yeah. If you guys are wondering, that's Rhino's vape making that noise. Go yell at him. No, I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
working. I did that on something else too. Like I noticed it. I heard it IRL, dude. Like
No
it
shit.
interfered with like my phone or something. I think I was talking on the phone or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna have brain cancer.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about, but
Camping.
camping. Yeah, we want to do that. So, if that doesn't work out this weekend with the weather and shit, the weather's been fucking weird. It's been like
Kayla like to camp, like tent camp.
she prefers glamping more for sure. The small RV is on the list of things that we need at some point, but I personally would much rather sleep dick in the dirt. I love like actual fucking camping. So
I
I'm
love
just
that.
gonna get.
I love a camper though. A pull behind camper is
I've never
really
been
fun.
in one. I've never camped in one. I've never camped in like any of that shit. I've never been in an RV, any of that stuff. So
Never
I don't
been in
know.
an RV.
I mean, I've been in one. The building that Q's is in used to have an RV company. So
But
I've
you
been
never
like,
like stayed in one.
I've never stayed in one. I've never like done a road trip in one or anything
Oh
like
no
that.
shit.
I'm sure it's awesome, but I really do truly enjoy the whole like go find sticks, make fire with the sticks, and then cook your food over the fire type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's purist stuff. I mean, so when I was a kid, that's all we did. We never traveled anywhere. I mean, I grew up poor, so we would
Mm.
camp on the weekends all summer long, like every weekend. That's what we did. And we started out with tents and we go and camp at a campsite in a tent, you know? And then my dad got a pop up camper that he like towed behind in his like VW Rabbit diesel or some shit. And it was
Sick.
tiny and it was just a pop up and it was two beds. And then at some point, we upgraded and he got like this old Shasta from like the 60s or 70s. It was a piece of shit, dude. Like the upholstery, it was made out of that like woven jute. It was like so uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Like it was just
Yeah.
like it would tear at your skin.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm sure he got it for $0. My dad was cheap. And that's what we'd do, dude. We'd load up the bicycles and every weekend we'd go to a new spot in New Hampshire, a new camping spot. Cause back then it was cheap to camp.
Mm.
Yeah, you got a tent spot, it was like $5, you know, or
Right.
if you get like a place that like a lot of these places didn't even have like electricity and shit, you know, at the time, back in my day. But
Mhm.
it was awesome because if you'd be camping and it'd be raining, at least you could sit inside and take a shit on a toilet, you know? So yeah, we always had that. And then they ended up parking it somewhere for like permanently and it just fucking got
Rotted.
disintegrated by the
Yeah.
woods. Yeah. Like, and they were like, "All right, I guess we're never going camping again." You have to keep those things mobile. If you park and you think it's like a house, no fucking way, dude. Like, y'all city folk don't know, but out in the country, there's fucking mice and they will get into your shit and you cannot stop them.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And that's just like it's just like wood veneer and fiberglass and plastic. Like those things aren't there. It's a trailer. It's a bike trailer with a house built on top of it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Shit gets in there. Like
Yeah.
the elements get in there and it's a lot of upkeep. But yeah, dude, camping is fun. I'm going to go. It's hard to find a place, dude, nowadays, too. That's the other thing is like, everybody has online reservations and everybody's booked everywhere forever. Like, it
Yeah.
sucks.
I might even honestly, man, I might just bring them to that one in Auburn down the road that we were recommended people stay at just because it's down the road. There's a little like pond there that you can drown some worms in there. That's one thing that I want. My kid's starting to really show interest in fishing. Kevin took us out on his boat last weekend. It was awesome out on Lake Massasecum, but he's getting really interested in that. So I want it to be somewhere that we can just like walk to where we're fishing. You know what I mean? Somewhere near a pond or a lake or whatever. So I'll figure that out. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I'd like to do that at least a couple times over the summer. I've been telling him the last like 3 years, I'm gonna bring you camping and we go in the backyard and maybe once and that's it. But I want to teach him he's 8 now. I want to teach him how to build a fire and all that other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you can't. I mean, that's quality dad time right there.
For sure.
Fishing, building fires, life
Yeah,
skills. And I remember when, I was that age that it really sticks with you.
for
You
sure.
remember, like, I
100%.
remember how I was taught how to build a fire,
Mhm.
when I was that age, and I still build it the same way.
I caught the biggest bass that I've ever caught in my entire life when I was his age. The summer that I was 8
Yeah.
years old, I caught, like a 6.5 pound fucking largemouth bass in my
That's
Grammy's lake.
huge, dude.
It was gigantic. I don't know if it was 6 pounds, but it was fucking big. I was only a little kid, and like I've there's a picture somewhere. I'm holding the lip of it, and it's like down to my waist. It's
Where
a
the
big
fuck
fucking
were you? Were
fish.
you noodling in Louisiana?
No, dude, I was my Grammy used to live on Lake Nipmuc in, Mendon, Massachusetts, little tiny li my mother, my
Holy shit.
in Massachusetts. My mother, my uncle, my aunt, they all grew up in that house. My
I thought you were
Grammy had been
catching
in
some
that house
river
forever.
monsters down
No,
yonder in the holler.
nah, man, we caught
That's
there
huge.
was dude, there's a perfect I went in that lake fucking bazillion times, and we eventually found out from someone who lived there was a big shelf. It was almost like a giant pool where there was a shallow end and a deep end. Like once you got out of the channel that my Grammy lived in, it got deep. It got real fucking deep. So there was a nice steady incline where it got deep, and dude, those bass would just the lunkers would just chill right on that shelf.
On the phone.
Fucking A. Why isn't it rotating? All right, it rotated. Dude, oh, I still got my headphones on. Everything just died. Everything just shut off and died. It didn't give me any notification, nothing. It just shut everything off.
Like,
Like,
it's not
it's
charging?
it was fully charged. So I have the big thing in here. I took just this and plugged it directly into the computer. Had all this other stuff unplugged for like a day, and the computer charged to 100%. But anytime I plug this shit back in, and it's not even like I'm not even running the whole task cam. It's not even running what it usually does. But the battery in the Mac isn't staying charged for some reason. It's plugged in right now. The breaker's on.
Oh, okay.
It's even saying that it's still charging, but it's running out of charge faster than it is charging. You know what I mean?
We'll
So
get you an upgraded little sidebar thing, the little extender there. That thing's a piece of shit.
okay, yeah, I was gonna say that thing's getting pretty toasty by the time it seems to do this rage quit fucking thing.
I'll order you one, a better one.
Just send me the link or whatever. I'm happy to do so. All right.
Alright, I wanna
Plug
hear
that.
about this bass, bruh.
Yeah. So
Your bento the last thing we all heard was you look back at your stepdad, you got something on the line.
yeah. So initially I thought that I had snagged something on the bottom because, it's an old lake. It's mucky on the bottom. There's all sorts of detritus that you can catch your shit on, right? So I was like, fuck, I caught the bottom. And he was like, I don't know, man. I don't think you caught the bottom. I think you actually have something on there. And I was like, dude, no, look, I can't even bend the stick. And then all of a sudden the thing like bent even more. And then the line just started running away. And I was like, holy shit, I caught Jaws. So, dude, it took me like, I don't know, probably took me an hour to reel that fucking thing in. Again, I was 8. You know what I mean? Using a little Walmart ugly stick. And yeah, that was the fucking one of the biggest fish I've ever caught ever, but definitely the biggest largemouth bass I've ever caught in my life.
Dude,
Yeah, I'll find that.
that's
I'll
humongous.
find that photo. We can put it up.
Yeah, definitely post that. I wanna see it. I was always bragging about my first time fishing, but I can't even you're talking about poundage. I caught it was like a 14-inch rainbow trout.
Dude, that's a good one.
It's a good one, and we ate it. Yeah. It was actually I was probably about 6 or 7, and, my grandparents, they retired my grandfather, he's, like, military, engineer or whatever, he retired, and they sold all their shit, and they bought a cabin on a lake up in Bath, New Hampshire, which is fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
It was overlooked dude, this, log it was like a brand new log cabin, it was insane, dude. I loved it, that place, but we went up there, and my uncle was in town from, Minnesota. He had moved away because he fucked his brother's wife, and, he was probably gonna get killed, so he moved away, but he was up to visit for whatever reason, And he was like, "I'm taking you boys fishing this morning." So we went out into the little streams and we caught like the little tiny fish for bait and shit. We put out a net and all that stuff. And then we went out on this lake and fishing all day, and yeah, caught a little rainbow trout. It was beautiful, dude. And then he taught us how to like cut it up and fillet it, and we ate it, and it's
Oh
fucking
yeah,
awesome. I
there's nothing like
really
it.
enjoy deep sea fishing. Like
I didn't
whenever,
know that.
dude, whenever there's an opportunity to go on a charter, like I'm down, dude. That's like one of my
All right.
favorite things to do.
Well, we're doing that soon. That's going to be our idle hands fucking
Dude, we
honeymoon or
should get one
something. That's one of my
out of
favorite things
Hampton,
to do in
dude.
the world.
Out
Yeah,
of
I used
Hampton?
to work on a
Yeah.
boat out of Hampton, out of
You used to
Salisbury.
work on one?
Hmm. Dude, deep sea fishing is one of my favorite things in the whole world.
No shit.
I haven't been in a long, long time. I was just talking to Kev about this.
What'd you
But
do
dude,
on the
yeah,
boat? You like first mate or
just
some
a hand.
shit? Yep.
No, I was just a hand.
Deckhand.
No, just unraveling people's fucking fishing lines and trying to
Stomping on the
coax
fish when they get them
businessmen.
on the deck.
Yeah, killing dog sharks and fucking trying to talk Billy Business Suit out of fucking sitting in the galley puking his fucking guts out because he spent $600 on a fishing trip and he's missing it. That happens so often, but
Dude,
yeah,
yeah,
no.
there's a good one out of Hampton that I went on for a bachelor party one time, and,
Hmm.
they start serving beers out of the galley at fucking 8 a.m., and they're like, "Everybody have your
Yeah.
Dramamine?" You know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, you go out and you fish all day, you catch some big motherfucking fish, and then they fillet it for you on the ride back in, and you have, like,
Hmm.
beautiful fish to eat. I love it.
Yep. Yeah.
Or you can get,
Yeah.
like, a
That's what I
smaller
do.
boat too. They do, like I went to, I was visiting some family down in South Carolina, and we chartered just like a dude's boat, and it sat like 4 people, and we just went out all day and caught a bunch of fucking sharks and manta rays and huge motherfucking fish down there. I don't even know what the fuck they were.
Such a thing.
Redfish, I think they're
Yeah.
called. They're massive.
Red
Dude,
grouper?
I love deep sea fishing.
Yeah, dude. Deep sea is the shit because you're fighting with stuff that's way stronger than you are.
Huge.
Way, way stronger. I caught like a 4 foot long pollock once this is before I worked on a boat on a charter trip. I caught a 4 foot long pollock and I was like, this is the shit. You're wrangling beasts. You know what I mean? You're pulling them from the depths. Like literally, you're pulling some of these fish up so deep. Like there's a fish we have out here. It's like half fish, half eel. It's called the cusk and they're fucking disgusting. And they're bottom feeders. So when you pull those fuckers up, the pressure difference is so great that their stomachs literally blow up like a fucking balloon and come out of their mouth. It's fucking gross. They're fucking disgusting. But yeah, dude, I love deep sea fishing, man. It's the fucking even like you go out and do a quick like 1 or 2 hour like the mackerel trips. You hit the eddies and it's only like you're only on the boat. You only travel for like 15 minutes. You're just outside the eddies and you're just catching these king mackerel one after the other after the
Oh,
other.
yeah.
And that's what they use for chum. They just fucking keep them, cut them up, and then you have a bunch of king mac. You go out and just fucking hammer the stripers and shit all day.
Dude, we gotta do that. This summer, let's get out on there. Maybe
I'm so down,
me and
100%.
a couple other homies, and then fucking make a day of it. I could use some deep sea fishing. You know what I like about it? They find the fish for you. They get
Yeah,
you into the
right.
general proximity. When you're on a lake or you're on a boat or whatever, and you got to do all that shit yourself, that's really stressful. You know, I like it.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, we got cold beer in the fridge. You can buy a bologna sandwich off of us for fucking $7, and
yeah,
then just plunk that motherfucker in, and that's the fun part is reeling them in.
right. It's definitely like white collar fishing for sure, but it's fucking when you tie into something that's like as big as you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so much fucking fun.
But
I
also, you
love
get to
it.
see fucking whales and shit out there, and you're just on a boat all day. It's fucking beautiful out
Dude.
there.
Yep.
I
I
didn't expect us
remember
to get into fishing this
whip.
episode.
Yeah, I know, me either. It's fucking weird. But I mean, we said this was going to be a bullshitting episode. I want to talk about idle hands a lot, but I know we're trying not to.
We're
So I'm
trying,
just
so we'll
fucking
talk about
keeping it
anything
going.
else.
Yeah, literally anything else. So yeah, you guys can skip this one. But yeah, no, I'm down. We should definitely do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, my boys are going
Fuck yeah.
fishing with their grandpa tomorrow. Actually, dusting off the poles
That's
tonight.
awesome.
Yeah,
Hannibal, yeah, dude. Love it. Yep.
I was never a
Nothing
huge
like it.
fisherman. I've had some of my best friends were like super into it, but I just
Yeah.
like I like to go. I like the leisure of it. I love going on a boat. That's the other thing is I just love being on a boat. I don't care if it's in a lake or in the ocean or whatever. Like so
Same.
peaceful and beautiful up here too, you know.
Absolutely, for sure. Something being on the ocean too, especially you do a marathon trip and the boat is driving or whatever for fucking 2 hours before you even get to the first fishing spot. Like you're 50 miles out or whatever. Something. It's just really cool. I don't know. I like that. But I don't think you can do this anymore. I think they've since closed it or whatever. But at Hampton, there's the jetty that goes out right there at the
Mm.
state beach. Dude, me and my buddy Graham Oaks, we and his brother Drew, we used to we'd get out there at like sun like 5:30, and we'd fucking walk our way all the way out to the end of the jetty, and we would stay there all motherfucking day and all motherfucking night. We'd bring a handle of whiskey and like a full pack of Monster, and we would just fish. And we'd stop at Captain Don's and get a fucking huge thing of chum, and we would just sit out there and fish all day long until the Coast Guard fucked with us or whatever. It
Sounds
was so
amazing.
sick, dude. And that
Did
was
they
like,
really close that off to people
I
or just
think
the
so.
fishing?
I'm not sure, but it doesn't. I haven't been there. I haven't been to Hampton for leisure in a long time, so I'm not sure. But I heard you can't go out on the jetty anymore. So I could be wrong. I
Hmm.
hope I'm wrong because it's fucking awesome. But
That's the
not for
best
nothing.
part about going to
Realistically,
Hampton, dude, is going on the jetty
yeah,
and you see all sorts of fucking like crabs and cool shit
yeah.
and you're
Especially
in the
if you catch it
ocean.
at low tide. But the thing is, I do have to say, like, there were quite a few times out there. I used to have some of this shit, like some videos and some pictures. But there were times where like you'd be out there and then it's low tide. There's 10 feet of rock showing before there's water. And then you turn around, smoke a butt. The next thing you know, the water is
Yeah.
coming up and over the rocks. And we literally have to scale the fucking point marker for like half an hour, let the water die down. So there was actually enough rock to fucking walk back on. So if they did close it, I would understand it for safety reasons. We got taken out of there on Coast Guard boats all the time. They'd come and like quote unquote arrest us and then drop us back off in the fucking in the uh, in the bay or whatever. But yeah, it was it's pretty sketchy. So I wouldn't be surprised. But it was so much fucking fun, dude. You'd catch skate out there. You'd catch flounder. You catch stripers. We'd catch rock bass, like all sorts of good shit. And then,
The
dude,
jetty's like a mile long. It's
yeah,
wicked. It gets you deep out there.
it goes out a ways for sure, but it gets you out that you have a nice surf casting rod. Like you can put tubes out and you can be catching full blown stripers all day long out there. It's pretty sick. But you also have Plum Island up here, which is awesome. You have like if that jetty's closed, I would just go down the road down Route 1 and go to was it Genesee, I think is the next one, or North Beach or whatever the hell it is. I don't know, but the next one they have a jetty out that way, and as far as I'm concerned, that's not like a state thing. So I don't think they can tell you not to go out.
Right.
But either way, that's the shit. If you guys haven't done that, walk your way all the way out to the end of a jetty with a fucking 10-foot long fishing pole and go fishing all day. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be mad about this fishing talk. I feel like a lot of dudes like to fish. They probably want more fishing talk.
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely have Maddie on. We can do
He's a
some
pro.
yeah, for sure. That dude knows what he's doing. But Chopper Fisher, But yeah, dude, I fucking love fishing. And it's like I'm starting to have a little bit of a resurgence of that. I had gotten away from it for a long time. But dude, like 3-4 days a week at one point in my life, 3-4 days a week. Like my first couple of years in college, when I'd come home from college, I worked as a painter, like a house painter. And I'd go and fucking, you know, 4 or 5 days a week or whatever. I'd do that. And then we'd go at night, we'd go first thing in the morning, we'd go on the weekends. Anytime I didn't have work, we were up there. It was fucking awesome.
Hmm.
So, and then yeah, working on the boat. Working on the boat sucks. Because you literally all you're doing is untying lines, and like there's people that are terrified of touching the fish, and sometimes you get to gaff a big fish or whatever and pull it in, and then you got to cut all the fish up, and everybody gives you $1 at the end, and it's like it's more work than it's worth. You don't actually get the fish when you work on a boat, and then you get roped into. We used to have to do lobstering and shit like on the weekends or whatever, and you do that into like November. That shit's fucking brutal. lobstering in New England or anywhere that it's fucking cold, and when it's November,
Yeah.
December, shit is fucking awful, dude. I don't wish that on anybody. That shit was not fun.
I want to go. I want to get some lobster.
I'm a lobster roll guy. I don't even give a fuck. I'm not
I don't crack
doing
that
all
shit
that
open
work.
anymore, dude. No, fuck that.
Nah,
Lazy.
I'm over it. It's not worth it. Yeah, give me a lobster roll because a lobster roll's got like 2-3 lobsters worth in it. You know what I mean? And I don't have to fucking crush it and fucking nope. Just fucking
You
give me 3 lobsters worth.
Connecticut style or New England?
Hot buttered. I don't like the mayo. I'll eat
Okay,
one
yeah,
with
yeah.
mayo, but
Connecticut
I
style, I think, is warm with butter.
yeah,
That's
that's
peak.
how I prefer it for sure. But I will totally also eat a cold mayonnaise lobster roll as well.
Yeah, I'd eat a fucking lobster claw off the ground if it was sitting next to a pile of cat shit. I will eat some lobster, but I like the Connecticut.
Yeah, I'll eat a hot dog over a lobster.
Wait, so free buffet, they have a lobster roll and then they have a hot dog. They're sitting next to each other. They're both in hot dog rolls. Which one are you going for?
If it's a free buffet, I'm getting a couple of each. I'm saying
I'm
if
taking
you
the hot dog and I'm putting it on the lobster roll.
Lizzie's Glizzies, we gonna have a
I think we
we gonna
just
have
came up
a
with the
north
next
we
special
gonna have
hot dog.
yeah northeasterner hot dog or something.
Call it a noista.
Yeah, norista, the norista dog. That'd be good. Yeah, little hot buttered. I don't know how would you do that. Like, I mean, that obviously that's for her to decide. She's the hot dog
Yeah, do you
genius, but
go hot dog first or lobster first?
I
I'd
feel
say
like you got to do
hot
hot
dog.
dog, but you're not putting mustard on a lobster hot dog. You know what I mean? Like, so what? I don't know.
Hmm.
You're just putting buttered lobster on top of a hot dog? That doesn't sound great either.
Doesn't sound
It's
great.
got to be a grill. It has to be a grilled bun. Has to. Has to
Yep.
be a grilled split top bun.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I don't know. That might be tough. I mean, it might just literally be straight up just a fucking naked wiener with lobster roll, you know what I mean, on top of it. Like I don't know, the mustard or the mayo lobster roll salad or whatever you'd call it.
Yeah, you're
Either
not
way,
eating it
I'm sure it'd be
for
fucking
the
great.
taste. I feel like it's more of a novelty than anything else.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
it doesn't really matter what it tastes like. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
I
way
mean,
you
it
can
can't be
make that
bad.
taste great. You know,
Man, you
like,
get me
that's
a
a
red
challenge.
snapper,
I'm laying down a challenge
dude.
for everybody.
A red snapper hot dog, natural casing, New England red snapper with lobster roll, like the whole deal. You know what I mean? The mayo and the fucking
The red
chives or
snapper, dude,
scallions
that's a
or
good
whatever.
idea, actually. That's a
It's
really
got to be if it's going to be a northeastern hot dog, if it's going to be a New Englander, it's got to be a red snapper,
dude, a red
the
snapper with
can or
lobster. And then
whatever.
you got, because I was getting fucked up with the flesh color of the hot dog with the lobster, but
Yeah.
that solves that problem.
Right.
Right?
And you get the snap. Yeah, you get the snap, the crunch or whatever from the casing, you know what I mean?
And
So
the
it's
flavor.
not a bunch of mush. Yeah, it's not because a regular ass hot, like you put an Oscar Mayer on that's a lot of like mushy meat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it
No,
doesn't really
we're
matter.
on to something here, buddy.
I think so too.
Red
Yeah.
snapper, that's the key. And then the lobster, I would say it has to be Connecticut style, hot with butter, or at least
Yeah.
hot. You don't want cold lobster on a hot dog.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like that might be a little bit of like you put some cold relish on it and it's kind of like the hot and
Okay.
cold kind of makes, you know what I mean? Kind of evens it out a
Hot
little
and
bit.
cold.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get into the
Yeah.
Lowlife kitchen, boys. Let's get in there, get some red snappers and some lobster, and let's experiment. Get
Matt
us
and
your
Austin.
recipe.
Yep, Matt and Austin, and we know you guys are listening. You guys, we need you to taste test a few more thousand hot dogs.
Dude, they must all have gout in that family now with all the
hot dogs, dude.
all the R&D, dude, from all those hot dogs.
They were telling me, there was a whole bunch of taste testing. She had to get her recipes right, and she had to make sure she could duplicate them and all that stuff.
Dude, there's no one else I want to buy a
consummate hot
hot dog
dog.
off of anymore. Like that, I'm ruined because I can't even go and get a hot dog now. I have to get a Lizzie's Glizzy. She's just, she makes the best hot dogs. And that family is just so sweet. It's a family affair. They had like It's a magical thing. I hope that she thrives and it becomes like a franchise or something so everybody can enjoy a Lizzie's Glizzy.
I agree.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but we
100%.
gotta guys, you gotta do this for us just to see proof of concept.
Yeah, for
Red
sure.
snapper, that's what got me. That at first I was gonna scrap the whole idea, but when you came in with that, now it's a thing. Now that could be a
Yeah.
thing.
I think that could be good. I'm even thinking hot buttered with your hot dog sits in a bed of like baby lettuce. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Okay.
like, because realistically, I've had a bunch of lobster rolls that have some sort of like baby spinach or lettuce or whatever on the inside of it. You know what I mean? And then they put the lobster in that, even hot buttered, and that's fucking delicious.
A
So
little
I think that
texture thing,
might
like a little crisp, you know?
exactly little crisp. Yep. So you get your buttered and grilled split top bun, bed of lettuce, bare naked red snapper, hot buttered lobster on top, and like, chives or whatever the fuck, like green herb
Yeah.
that you know what I mean? You'd put in like a lobster salad or whatever. I think that would be good. I think that'd
Yeah.
be really good. The
Yeah.
red snapper with more or less just the lobster and the butter, I think that could be really good.
Yeah. This is just an idea, guys. Nobody's ever done this before. So we're gonna have to someone's
Somebody's
actually
done
gonna
it.
have to go and buy these ingredients, combine them, and then get a bellyache, most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Especially lettuce. You can't eat any lettuce right now or else you get the shit disease.
The explosive diarrhea.
Hmm? Yeah. No
Yeah.
thanks.
I had lettuce in my perfectly good head of lettuce in my fridge today. I just threw it out. I was like, not worth it for lettuce, dude.
Genuinely not. No.
I guess I
Yeah.
can, take the 99-cent hit in the wallet. I'll just get some lettuce when this whole shit blows over.
It's one of those things that like you don't really realize how much that kind of shit is in the things that you eat or the things that you crave until you really shouldn't be eating them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's been a few times around here where like, oh, it's salmonella. If you're buying your shit from Shaw's, blah blah blah, throw it all away. But like, there have been so many times in the last couple the last week or so, when all this fucking diarrhea parasite shit's been going on. I'm like, I could go for a salad. Fuck, I can't have a salad. I could go for a buffalo chicken wrap. Fuck, there's fucking lettuce in that. Like all this shit. And it's like, God damn it. I actually do eat a fair amount of fucking lettuce. So I don't know. I'm not as much of a trash can as I thought I was, I guess. But I'm fucking craving a goddamn salad now, of course, because I can't have it.
Yeah. You want what you can't have. You yearn
Yeah,
for
dude.
it.
I want a fucking burnt or a brown chicken fucking club salad or whatever they call it at the 110 grill. Best salad I've ever had in my whole life.
What grill? Oh, 110.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's great, dude.
Where
That
is it?
place.
Concord?
There's a few of them. No, there's one right down the street down here in Manchester on Elm Street, and there's one in
They
Methuen.
do the Copper
There's a few
Door
of
in
them.
all those restaurants, right?
Copper Door is T-Bones.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Yep, Copper Door and T-Bones and Cactus Jacks are all the same
Okay.
people.
So 110 is different. Okay.
Yeah, I think 110's its own thing, but it's not a franchise, but they have multiple locations.
I
Yeah,
know
I
they
think
have one
just
on
in
like Store Street in Concord I've seen.
okay, in Concord, I think there's one in Boston too. There's
Looks
somewhere one.
fancy.
It looks fancy. It's not quite as fancy. Like I've taken Kayla there for anniversaries and stuff. Actually gone there for New Year's Eve. It's like, I don't know. I don't really care too much about the whole like dress code at certain places, but it's a place that like I would probably put on a nice shirt just because I know I'm taking my wife there for an occasion. You know what I mean? But if me and you were going, I wouldn't bother changing. And I don't think they would care. They have an outdoor too. The one in Manchester is nice because they have a really nice outdoor area that's completely enclosed by buildings, by like, tiny skyscrapers. So, cuts a lot of the wind and shit and a lot of the sun. And you can just chill out there. You can smoke. They've got little fire pits and
You can
you can
smoke
eat.
out there?
Yeah. Yeah. They got the smoking area and shit back there. It's pretty
At your
cool.
table?
But I think
Or they
so.
just have a smoking area that you can go
I
you
think
can't they're not putting out ashtrays.
I think you might be right. It might be, yeah, there's like a big fireplace. I think that's the designated smoking area. But I don't know. I forget. It's
Yeah,
like you're
sometimes
literally
it's a
like
little lax when it's outdoor. Like, I remember when I was in Rhode Island, Warwick, there was a little Irish bar restaurant at the end of my street, and they had an outdoor area, and you could smoke at the tables. Like, they would serve you food, and they had ashtrays out there and stuff.
Mhm. The good old days.
Yeah. All right. Hope you guys liked our food critique and our fishing episode. But we're gonna have next week. We're just conserving our energy. We just had a bunch of meetings this week. We are plotting and planning, and Idle Hands 2. I said Idle Hands 1 was going to be the greatest chopper show of all time, but I've actually been convinced that Idle Hands 2 is going to be even better. And actually, after talking to these people that we've been talking to this week, I think Idle Hands 3 is going to be even better than Idle Hands 2.
Dude.
I think this is a snowball rolling down the hill, and it's picking up fucking steam, dude. And we're better prepared. We can make it bigger every year. And by the way, we're not doing the same thing. We're not sitting on our hands, dude. Me and Dan, the last few weeks, we've been moving and shaking. We've been making phone calls. We've been making spreadsheets. All right. We're making next year way bigger. We're saying, I'm going to call it right now, it's going to be triple its size.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. And I hope so. I really do hope so. I hope that if you're listening to this right now and you're considering whether or not you're going to enter Idle Hands 2, I all but beg you, just enter. Just do it. Because you never know. It might light a fire. You might end up in the top 12. You don't know. If you haven't already heard, go back and listen to the interviews that we did with our top 12 builders before this past Idle Hands. 99% of them were like, I didn't expect to make it here. I didn't think I was going to make it this far. I thought maybe top 50, blah, blah, blah. But none
25% of them were first time builders.
Exactly. So if you are even remotely considering it, if you have a carburetor sitting on a fucking shelf somewhere in your garage, all you need to do is submit the picture in the right way. You can start with a literal A part. And then fuck it, you're in. And then that way, if it snowballs, the chopper gods align and you meet some old head at the fucking 7-Eleven that afternoon that goes, I got a fucking panhead. I'll sell it to you for $500.
It'll go great with that carburetor.
It'll go great with that carburetor. Oh, fuck. Now you have a whole fucking, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. That might happen. You don't know. I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, but maybe Uncle Rick's not doing so hot. And Uncle Rick's got a fucking shovel head sitting in the back fucking shed or whatever. You know what I mean? Now's the time. Talk to Uncle Rick. Get your shit.
Tell him, hey, Uncle Rick, I know that you didn't have any kids of your own, but I'll continue your legacy through this bike build.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Get your shit.
I actually
really,
have an Uncle Rick that's not doing so hot, but he doesn't have any bikes.
I didn't mean for that to hit so close to home.
He doesn't have anything worth any money. Yeah, he's just an alcoholic. Yeah, dude, get prepared. Next week we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna have all the deets. Hopefully by that time we will be able to announce the new Idle Hands celebrity judges. And
so good.
Oh, stoked on that, dude.
So good.
We have a bunch of stuff planned. We want to get everybody involved. I'm so happy this is an annual thing that starts when the last one stops, because there's no fucking way I could wait another 11 months with no Idle Hands in my life. So we're going to kick it off next week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Continue tuning into the Lowlife podcast, because this is the chopper news.
I have omissions.
Omissions?
We have omissions. One omission. The first omission. In our recap episode, we talked about all of the builders except our man Ethan Kahn. We talked about him at some point, but we didn't when we were announcing the builders. We didn't talk about Ethan.
Oh, I missed him too?
It must have just been, whatever. But
my phone was
he didn't say nothing. It was just something I picked up on it. It wasn't an intentional omission, of course. We love Ethan. We love his bike. We're absolutely flabbergasted by it. It was the best Japanese bike that was there, in my opinion, 100%. And then the second omission, real quick, when we did, if you haven't listened already, go ahead and hop over to Cycle Source's YouTube page. We did our shop talk with Cycle Source the other day. We got through that entire fucking interview, and we did not mention Doom that Josh won. We didn't mention Doom Cult at any point. We didn't talk about the fucking winner of the Idle Hand show. It just somehow we just got so lost in the conversation or whatever that we didn't we didn't put the fucking bow on it. So we apologize to him. I already talked to him about it. Cool as a cucumber. He could care less. But yeah, the quick omission on that. So
yeah,
just wanted to get those out there.
Thank you, Dan, for bringing that up, because me and Dan, okay, we're just human. All right. We're just flesh and bone and a bit of brawn. We make mistakes, but we do want you guys, if anything, just know that we're not doing anything intentionally. If we fuck up and miss something, it's because we're just not very smart and we don't plan anything out. We fly by the seat of our pants. In fact, by design, I don't think about anything before I start recording. Like, I don't take any notes. I just try to just wing it. Hopefully that's part of the magic of the show, but also I fucking forget stuff sometimes. I'm an old man, you know?
That's why I take notes.
Dan takes notes, and that's why we work so well together, because Dan goes, oh, by the way, we were actually just I talked to Dan like 3 hours ago. We went over a bunch of stuff, and then we had a meeting, and there was this really important thing that we needed to talk about. And I went through the whole meeting, not on my mind at all, completely forgot about it. And we were like, all right, thank you. See you later. And then Dan's like, oh, I got one more thing. The most important thing that we talked about like an hour ago, you fucking moron. So anyways,
yeah,
we're just,
I'd forgotten to.
We're just normal dudes. But anyways, guys, tune in next week. You don't want to miss all the fucking Idle Hands updates. And it's going to be fucking sick, dude. We're kicking it off again. And I'm so stoked. I can't wait to see who enters. I implore you if you are on the fence, get off the fence. Toss your hat in the ring. You have nothing to lose. Toss your hat in the ring to be part of Idle Hands 2. It's going to be better. You'll get all the deets next week. We're going to stop talking about it right now. This is our fishing episode.
Yeah.
In our hot dog R&D episode. So I'm just going to shut her down. Wait by with bated breath for next week. Low lives. Get in the garage. Get those projects ready for Idle Hands 2. Get in trouble, but not so much trouble that you miss the deadline to submit. Have fun, but not too much fun that you get in trouble and miss the deadline to submit. And never stop chopping.